Okie dokes. Good evening, everybody. My name is Verdun, and this is the Breakdown with Verdun. And welcome to the Daffy Show. If you haven't subscribed, the question is why. And so my guests today are the O's. The last time they were here, they were Jem Jem and Liz and Only Liz, but now they are the O's. So
Levels
I'll
don't
leave it to them
change.
to reintroduce themselves.
Well, hi everyone. Oyin Kosola or Elizabeth Oluwotade.
And I am the husband. I am the husband.
That's
That's,
all.
that's all. That's all.
That's
That's all that matters.
okay.
I'm the
Okay, so Onyekansola, Owotade, and husband are back. The last time you guys were here, you were, two people.
Mhm.
And today, you guys are two people that became one. It's
Cool.
hilarious. Yes. Okay, so what's new? Just tell us one thing that's new.
What's his name?
Hey.
Gained marriage weight. I don't know if that's a real thing, but
I too gain marriage weight.
I gained marriage weight.
In my belly. In my belly.
But I told you, right? You know how
I
many times
gained marriage weight everywhere else.
but
So
your
that's
bed. Okay, that's
interesting.
good.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh
But
my
but seriously, Mr. O, I told you, right?
Me
And you
that
were
yeah, I
telling me
knew.
that
I
and you
wasn't
were telling me you'll be living at the gym. You'll be living at the gym.
me, never. I would never say that. Hey, if there's a couple of things that I don't do in this my life. Jimmy, hey, one of them. Although we are going back very soon.
We are
but,
going back.
Yeah, but
We have to
Yeah.
go back.
we have to go
Yeah.
back.
The both of you, right?
I can't be stressed. But
Okay.
plus I look good. Like you know where we started from.
Well,
You
what do you
know,
mean? You always look good. There's nothing wrong.
yeah, but I look like
The weight we started from.
you know when they do like those ads that give to one child in Africa. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
You look like a child.
Yes, I look like not the child, but the brother of the child
Oh my
that
God.
is in
Okay.
college. So yes, but now I look like I give to the child.
Those children. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so if you're watching or you're watching the replay, make sure you like, subscribe, you share. Let's get the eyes on all of these episodes and let people have fun. Let us know where you are watching from. Let us know in the comments what you are looking forward to hearing about today. So to be honest, on the flyers, I never really drop as much as what is going to happen because it's just hard
That's
to
fair.
put that on. So I was thinking, where would we start? And I was thinking maybe let's start off with a couple of thoughts that were floating around social media this week.
Huh.
So this is number one.
People with no character development scare me. Like, how are you the same person you were 3 years ago? But no growth? Ha! Who that God could have necessary? It's not necessary. It's not.
So thoughts. Jojo, what's this look? You look like you have something to
No,
say.
I think Pedro is right. He's not lying.
It shocked me.
It's not. I don't know if character development is necessarily what I would term it. I would probably term
Okay.
it more of like growth. Like,
Okay.
I mean, and indeed mention growth towards the end. Right?
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
it's character development depend on the age group. Because if you are thinking from like 50 to, there's no more character development.
Really?
Achieve all the character
Yeah,
they
no,
want
no,
to
no, no,
achieve.
no.
There's no like, it's only God. You get me? But I feel like 50 under, there can still be a little bit of character development. But the growth is essential for both age groups. I feel like growth is very essential. You have to grow every year, honestly. Every few months, people grow, people change. If you're not growing, then and it
Yeah,
doesn't I feel like there's also a different way people see growth. It doesn't necessarily have to be something like super dramatic or like, oh my God, wow. But it's
Oh my
it's
God,
the
wow,
little
wow.
but
Oh my
it's the
God,
little
wow.
things, like
It is the little
it's the
things.
little
That is true.
things,
That
like
is true.
smiling better. Like it's not every time your face should be, strong. Smile a little bit.
True, true.
Life is hard, but life is hard for everybody. So
Mm.
But yeah, that's my feelings about it. What do you think?
I think so too. I think like even like as a one of the I it's a little bit sidetracked, but like not sidetracked. One of the
No,
things
let's go. Let's go.
when I watch movies is like seeing we've talked
Oh
about this
yeah.
many times, like seeing characters that don't change and like
Mhm.
your character is like the same from beginning to the
Yeah.
end, or like your no, actually I will switch it. If I would say it's okay if your character doesn't grow, but it's not okay if your character is not tested. If your character
Mm,
is not tested, then do you
okay.
really know that that is truly what your character
That
is?
is, yeah.
And then it's also a test that like you have to allow yourself for that test. If you don't put yourself in situations where your character is being tested, then
Mhm.
how can
Yeah.
you even know that you're growing?
That is for
So
real.
I think that's where I see it from. We've talked about this all the time. Mostly in movies, like people's character are not tested because people are trying to push their agenda and whatnot. And it's
Yeah.
just for like a boring character that like you're not rooting for. Even if you watch Jagun Jagun, it's not see.
Have you seen Jack?
Have you seen Jagun Jagun?
Is it on Netflix?
Yes, you
Yes.
have to
I
watch it.
didn't know. I didn't know it was on Netflix
It's on
yet.
Netflix. You have to watch it.
Okay, okay. I'm looking
It's
forward to
really
it.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
even the strongest person, like even the strongest person, there was a time that their powers could not be used for what they wanted it,
Mhm.
to be used for. That's the character being tested. There are
That's it.
times that they had to, be beaten and went through life and did all this.
Yeah.
I think your character has to be tested. Maybe you are not growing, I don't know, but if your character is tested, then I think
But
that's a
being
better
tested
yard
is that technically what does lead to growth,
to
right?
growth. Yes, that is what leads to growth. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys because I think it was on Sunday and I was listening to a preacher and the preacher was saying, um, the preacher said, if you are
Hi,
poor
Liz.
and if you're poor, hi Liz, if you're poor and everyone is like, oh, that guy is so humble. Like, of
Mm,
course he's humble because he's poor, but what happens if he makes like a ton of money? Will
mm,
he still be humble? He might change, or you might find out that there's something else going on.
Yeah.
So
mm,
what you're saying is true. So for anyone who's just like joining and doesn't even know what we're talking about, we started off with like the O's thoughts on this thought from Charlemagne. It says people with no character development scare me. Like, how are you the same person you were 3 years ago with no growth or elevation of mindset? I personally don't think it's possible for somebody to be just there with no growth. I don't think so. Okay, let me say this. Maybe no growth, but okay, it's possible that growth will not happen, but
mhm.
it's impossible that change will not happen
Will not happen. Okay.
because you're growing or you are, spiraling downwards. I feel like something has to move. It could
Mm,
be that you were nice before and you're like, people are taking me for granted. Now I'm going to be mean. And that
mm.
was how you changed, but I feel like
That's
things don't
a
always
fair thought. I mean, but I feel like on the flip side of it, I've also like I've seen people that have not
just
changed.
stuck.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people that have just been stuck in like
not to make it a whole church thing, but like I'm thinking about it
you better
even from the
preach.
perspective of like spiritual growth.
Hallelujah.
Like there
Somebody.
are people that we know that have been doing the same exact thing in church for years. They're not changing, they're not growing. So I'm just using church. I'm not coming and
Hmm.
telling you, I'm just using church because that's where I see
Hmm.
the most people, and that's where I really get to connect with people. So like I do definitely believe that it's possible, but it's hard. I think that's the
Yeah.
difference. It's possible, but it's really hard.
Yeah, we both agree, or do all three of us agree that growth takes work? And so
Yes. So
maybe
1000%.
some people are just not willing to put in the work,
1000%. Yes.
right?
I think unwillingness, I think laziness, and I
Hmm.
also think not being challenged.
Not being challenged.
Yeah,
Okay.
from the perspective of like if you don't have people around you that like are encouraging growth or encouraging change,
Yeah.
then there's nobody telling you that you are this.
Yeah. That you need to. That's true. Like that's a very fair thought. Like that's really true. I agree. I was actually going to say that at the beginning, like that if people don't have anyone to like tell them you need to work on this, it's
Mm,
very possible that they
yeah,
have no idea. They might just, and if they have someone who's always like you're just perfect the way you are,
those are the
yeah.
people you should run away from. By the way, please. Nobody's
You know
perfect.
what? You know what? Can we segue to? I don't know if you guys have experienced this before. can we segue to people? There's a, like that. I recently discovered that there's a kind of person, right? There's a kind of person, like a species of human being, that
Mhm.
what they do is where you are weak, they tell you that you're strong and that you should not change. Have you
Wow.
ever met someone like that before?
I watch a lot of reality shows, like all
Yeah.
this
Are
Love
you seeing that?
Island. Shout out to Love Island UK. Shout out to Love Island Australia. My people, I see you out there. I'm praying for
Okay.
you. Somebody did not let me watch BB Nigeria this year, but it's fine. It's okay. We move. We move to another
You've
year.
never watched it
But I've
any year.
always wanted to watch it, and then it's like, anyways, yes, I think it's on those shows that I've seen like that. 'Cause I will give them a benefit of the doubt that like they are not they don't mean it that way. They're trying to like lift you up.
Yeah, they're
Like,
not trying to kick you when you're down.
they're not trying
Nah.
to keep you when you're down. Like some people are just honestly trying to help, and they think that being just caressing your feelings is the best way
Mhm.
out of that situation, but not every time. If it becomes every time that like this person is wrong, bro. This person you need to do better.
Mm.
But like you're not telling them, "Wait, oh no, is then this thing chance happen to everybody."
Mm.
Then that's the
Mhm.
point. Like, all right, something's wrong here. You can't do that. That's not good at this point. But yeah,
Yeah, but you know
I
what?
think
Hmm?
There we
can
go.
I? I feel like it do happen with women more than men. I'm just saying.
To be honest,
Really? What do you think? What do you think, Oyin?
I think it's true, but it's not really necessary. Like nobody asked for that. But you know, I don't know if I've met people like that.
I've only seen them in shows. I don't think
necessarily.
I've. But the thing is, if you meet them, you're not gonna
Mhm.
know,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, it's going to
Right.
take you a long time to know because I've
Yeah,
met someone like that, and it
yeah.
took me a while to know.
Really?
Yeah,
But this being
because
supportive was just like,
I was suspecting, but then but then I saw them do it to somebody else, and I was like,
oh.
Mm.
So was it of like
oh,
malicious intent or something like that?
I think that's like how they fight.
Huh?
That's how they what?
I think that for them is
That's
like a
how they
strategy to
fight.
stay on top.
On top, I was just about to ask, like,
Oh,
is
okay,
it a
okay,
thing
okay.
where
So like the reality show that he said, it's a
ah,
reality show. It's showing what people do in real
wow,
life to some extent. Because I didn't know it was possible. I thought it was too crazy to be real, right?
that's crazy actually. That's
But
quite
then I discovered that it's true. It happens.
so how
Because
did you
as long
actually figure okay, you say you saw them do it
yeah,
to
I
somebody
suspected it for a long time. But then I was like, no, I must be crazy. I was gaslighting myself. Like, no, it's not possible. You're
else.
overthinking. And then I saw them do it to somebody else. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hmm, that's how you
That's how you know. So yeah.
that's how they stay on
So
top. That's
yeah, that's how they start. So I wasn't even mad. I was just like, okay, different weapons for different people.
mm,
When you watch all these fighting movies, somebody's using like a double sword that's short, somebody's using like a long, somebody's using like a saber,
right.
someone's using an axe,
Mm.
and that's their own weapon that they chose. So that's how we say. So speaking about people and just weapons that they're choosing and all of the weirdness, I stumbled on this conversation on Reddit and I wanted us to just talk about it a bit, right? So um, the question is in real life, friends of social media influencers, what is it like?
First off, why are you asking us this
So
question?
first of all, this is the wrong question. We chose to defy this question. We have no comment on this question because we have
No way.
social media influencers
No way.
our
No
this thing.
way.
No,
I think
this
that
is
is an attack.
are you
No,
are
it's
you
not.
no say it to our face. No. If you want
Don't
to say
hide
it,
behind corners, Abby.
don't hide
It's
behind
not.
corner.
It's not.
Say
It's
ask,
not.
mention their name,
No,
and
no, no, no,
ask
no.
us.
It's not. It's
Huh,
not. I told you. I said I stumbled on it on Reddit.
interesting.
This is their
See,
mother. She can probably answer the
I don't
question.
is
it's not their mother.
I don't
Oh my
the
gosh.
question is what is it like, right?
Yeah. So what is
Like
it like
being
being
friends.
friends with a real social media influencer?
Wait. I think we need to make a distinction. Said social media celebrities is different from social media influencers.
No, influencer as
Influencer
in,
is like the celebrity is like their
yes,
that's
it's
is
still, yeah,
it's still celebrity for them. Like
Uh,
yeah,
influencer means like you're
not
already
thousands,
yeah
not
okay.
thousands, more like hundreds up.
of
All right.
thousands. Yeah.
So, as somebody that we know many people that well, not many people, only know two people. Well, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I only know two people. This one I probably know
I know
many,
quite a
many
few.
more people. But like
Yeah,
what I'm saying is that like I think we're lucky that the people we surround ourselves with, they are genuine in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, not 100%. Like you still have to have a persona and give
yeah.
the people what they want, but we're not like following people that no shade to anybody. Like people that are like women are this thing. You need to dominate them.
It's okay. Bring
And
it down.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Bring it
saying. No,
down.
it's not even like that. Let me finish the sentence. Let me finish the sentence before they cancel me. Let me finish the sentence. We're not calling people that like women are this thing, and then in the behind, like their wife is
Mm-hmm.
one that like
Mhm.
like is in charge
Oh,
or
okay, I get
something
what you
like
mean.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
people that we know that are influencers, they are like comedians or like artists, and
Mm-hmm.
they have the same personality they have behind the stage that they have
online, yeah.
online, and that's what they sell
Yeah.
in a sense. So yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
it's I think it
So
also helps that we've known them for so long. Like
Yes.
we've known them since childhood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
so it'll be hard for them to,
it's kind
you
of hard
know.
for them to switch up on the family just because like the family is also the type like you switch up like
Oh, now I
like,
see why you said. Now I see why you said. Why am I asking you?
yeah.
No, you, no, no. But you know,
This is our
seriously,
first time on this show since I've been married, and this is how you are treating us. It's not good.
I'm so sorry.
It's not
I
good.
feel like if they do switch up, like if it's something like where they're switching up or they're pretending in the
Mhm.
group chat, somebody's calling them out like,
Yeah, that was what's going on with this. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't know this attitude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what it is. But on the flip end,
Mm-hmm. They're
I
doing
also
rip me
got
out.
another
They're doing rip me out the plastic. I've been around. I know what that is about, but okay.
I don't know either until like recently. That was when I found out it was lyric to a rap
Yeah,
song, I believe, right?
yeah.
That
Mhm.
was funny when I found out. But on the flip side, I also know one or two that their personas can be different from what
Yeah,
they put out there. But I also think that it's not a thing of maybe defending them. But I feel like sometimes they do need a persona to be an
yeah.
influencer.
You
It's
need a persona,
required.
so you might have to make it up.
Yeah. With like the people that are family members mostly, that's their natural, like that's them on the normal, like every
On
day
the
in the house
regular.
is laugh, is jokes. So like they don't have to like, and they're using
Switch up
our
on
life history, our life
for
experience
their
for
distance.
laughs and
Yeah.
jokes.
So
But it's
Yeah.
okay though. I'm not upset though. It's okay. We are not say
Please help me calm
right.
her down.
It's all right. But I think I think it's two ways. But friendship with them is, I think, can be hard. For us, it also
Mm.
helps like in comedian dancer.
yeah.
Like
So we're
there's no
pretty
like people that are like they're recording our faces or
and
any
stuff.
of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of really, really, really helps.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you know anybody like that, it's okay. You can put it in the comment. Comment about this.
Let me flash
Let's
it
follow
again.
them. You are
If,
giving them this thing. You are giving them more
yeah,
followers.
And
What
some
is
social
this?
media.
yeah.
It's
If
the
you're
one that we
watching,
say though. The
if
one
you're
that
watching and you're a friend to a social media influencer in real life, what is it like? Like you're not their friend on social media. You know them in
Real
person
life.
and they're social media influencers. What is it like being friends with them? So I'm going to read somebody's
Oh.
comment, right? About
Oh.
being friends with this. Somebody said, I post travel photos and have about 200 followers. 200, not 2,000 or higher. My friend somehow thought that was influencer status and decided to copy me, except that she quit her job so she could travel more and grow her own brand. And in 2020, she lost her apartment, she lost her car, and she still hasn't found a job, but calls herself a professional influencer all the time.
I feel like I should have put the name.
Hey, oh, you we know somebody like this.
Stop.
No. We know it. Okay, I take it back. We know people like this. Let me tell you this thing that you're saying. Hey, this is the essence. If God have not called you to something, don't call yourself.
Relax your voice. Bro.
Because
Yeah.
you will tell for the non-English speaking people this thing. No, because like
Relax your voice.
Things my eyes are saying.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
You will remember.
No, because like, but I do understand that. And like,
Wait, have you finished the story?
yeah, that's the story.
That's just one. There's
Oh,
like
hey,
hundreds.
yeah,
Yes,
let's share
that's
another
so
one. Let's
fair.
share another one.
Okay, so let me share another one. Another one is hold on. Okay. Um okay, so this person is not a friend of an influencer. The
Mhm.
person jumped into it and it was like, I'm not a friend of an influencer. I am the influencer. I have over 150K. It was so much fun to start off, but now all I feel is constant pressure. If I make one mistake, I could lose everything I've spent years building. I'm never sure whether new friends like me for me or because they want clout, even though my content is focused on true crime
Mm,
and not me. Having that many people watching you and commenting on your appearance, the way you talk can really F you up,
mm,
completely distorts your idea of self if you
mm,
don't find ways to step back and have non social media friends, which really helps you come back to earth and trying to treat it like a typical 9 to 5. I read this and I was like, I felt so bad for the person in a way, but I'm also like, how many non-social media friends can you have? Except if you are like friends with older folk.
Yeah.
If not, who are the non? Do you have non-social media friends? Do you still have?
what? Yes,
Do you
no.
still have
I'm
friends
a
that
non-social
are,
media person.
Yeah,
are
no.
no social? Are no social?
On no social, yeah, actually I have a
Yes.
couple.
I
David
don't know
probably
anyone.
David, my brother doesn't
doesn't
have
have
any
anything.
social media.
Really?
Yeah.
We're not a
Okay.
couple. We're not a
Um,
couple.
I think it is weird. One thing I was gonna jump in and say though is that it'll be very, very disgusting if like you go out with like and this thing, and I've probably done this with one of our influencer distance before. And when you're supposed to eat, and you now first of all want to record video or take picture of the food, like that, I do it, but like I'm not posting, I just take picture. But like you want to vlog it and do this thing, or you're setting camera when we are just going out to like
It's their job.
have fun and enjoy. But
That's
what
their
about
job.
me? Are you
I,
paying me?
I think that's the other side,
Are you
right?
paying me?
I think back to your point of how that should they're not paying you.
They're not
Yes.
paying
But that's
you.
when you love.
Show me, don't show me love. Show me love in terms of money.
No, no, no.
For anybody
But
that
Oyin, I understand what he's saying because um if you do that and I'm supposed to support you by doing that, how do you support me?
I don't care about
If it's
influencer.
currency now, how are we exchanging currency? Because you're not, if you're paying for the food and you're like,
That's different.
guys, I need content and I want to do a hanging out with my friends. Don't worry, I will cover food.
Mm.
And maybe you're not like forcing me to eat something I don't want to. Like, you can't
Mm.
make me eat octopus now out of my will. It has to be something
Not
I
even
like.
the fried one.
Octopus.
No, I don't like octopus. I don't like it. I've eaten it before a couple of times, but I don't like it. It's not my thing.
Even the fried one.
I've eaten them before, but I don't like them.
Oh,
You like bujuno, I don't like
wait.
calamari, you don't like all those
I
things.
like calamari.
Calamari
How
is
I
about
so
like
oyster?
good.
I,
Oyster.
eh?
Oyster.
I like oysters. Yes, I like all of that. I like mussels,
Yeah,
all of
it's
that.
oyster, but
Scallops,
not
all of that.
octopus.
But octopus, no.
Really?
So my own is if you are the influencer, right? Yes, if you ask for permission, if you say, guys, I want to do this. I really need you guys to do this. Okay. But if you don't say it and that day you're just bringing out camera, you're just expecting me to like smile.
Mm,
Because remember, you are the influencer, you're used to this.
that's
Your
true.
friends are not really, they don't know, you know? So
Mm.
you're going to collect, you're probably going to make us sign photo releases or video release. Like,
That's very
Mm.
true. I
yeah,
mean, I think for us, like from jump, it's always been like if we're all hanging out, it has to have been set ahead of time. And
yeah,
also, for the most part, we all get to hang out probably like 3 times a year. Honestly, like no lie.
No, no,
Like
yeah.
getting all of us in one room is usually like twice or 3 times a year. So
yeah,
like it's never really been an issue of oh I'm pulling out my phone to record or like it's happened once but we were all aware like
Yeah, we are
yeah,
all aware about
yeah,
way
yeah,
way
we are
ahead of time and it
yeah,
was off of like family gist that we were gisting about
yeah,
but we now
yeah,
made we're
the,
like this would be fun to record and that was what
yeah.
led to it but
we're also kind of like different because like everybody is like pretty comfortable with the camera. Like You put a
Yeah.
camera in front of like any of our us or like our friends or anything like that, family,
That's true.
and we're like ready to record. But for somebody that is not
Used to
used
that.
to that, like I like during like the send off party now, we could not have recorded with like everybody there
No, yeah, that's
because there's some
true.
people that are not as
That we're not
comfortable on
comfortable.
camera,
That's true.
and that's
Yeah.
fine, that's okay. But we would never put them in that position. And even if we
Yeah.
were to, we won't say, "Oh, everybody has to be in this thing,"
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
By the way, we are not influencers. I know we are saying we. It's because it's family member.
our family, some of our family members,
What is that? Yeah,
are
that's
blue.
serious.
They are blue. Shout out to Abigail Isaac. They ask you,
She
"Wait,
said
you
you
actually ate octopus?" What's Rose? We ate. I like
That's actually my husband's best
Deolu really likes it.
kind of
best is
seafood. Like he
best is
loves
a
Best
it.
strong word
is
though.
strong, but
No. For my husband, the best
Really?
seafood.
Really,
Yeah. So what I do is, if I'm going to make it, it's
he's
going
a
to
man
be
he's
of
a bougie
he's a man
man.
of the world. You know,
Yeah.
He's bougie.
he says a bougie man. Okay.
Yeah, educated, as they say.
Educated. Okay. So let me read the last one and
Okay.
then I
feel
feel
like
like
this one
all
is
of these
short.
ones are bad. Why are these all bad? Right. Someone
Because
said I
that's
have
a
a
good one.
friend. Eh? What did you say?
If it's bad, then it's juicy and it's good. So
Somebody said I have a friend who has recently started trying to become an influencer. It is so dumb. She posts half naked pictures of herself with
Okay.
captions that have nothing to do with the picture. She's what's up? She spends hours getting ready for her iPhone photo shoots and has little time for anything other than content creation. And then the person goes on saying some other things.
Mm.
And I'm just like, wow. Like I think it depends, right?
Yeah.
Because there are influencers who teach kids under 4. I don't think they will be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're a mom and you have a kid under that or something, then you go to that page, right?
Yeah.
The only issue with people like that is, imagine if someone like that is outside and they are upset and they yell at someone. That could be the end of their brand.
Yeah.
Just getting upset could end
Yeah.
their whole brand.
Mm.
It could get them cancelled, which was why cancelled was even in our topic for today. Like
Yeah.
in 2023, you guys, in 2023, what is something you think would get people cancelled? Because I feel like the cancel thing has shifted. You could punch someone in the face at an award show and not get cancelled. So what do you think would get someone cancelled in 2023? If you're watching, guys, please don't forget to like,
Breathe in.
subscribe, and
Breathe
let us know what you think.
breath. The breath of that God has put inside of me can get to cancel.
Oh my Lord.
Because at this rate that we are going,
That is true.
Yeah, but wait, we've had people do crazy stuff and they're not cancelled.
I don't know if it's that they're not cancelled. I think that the people that do the cancel culture, they're picky. So I think it also depends on what camp the canceling is coming from.
What camp is wild?
Mm.
What camp?
So-
I want to hear more about that. Yeah.
So, for example, if it's
Easy now. Easy.
yeah, I'm trying to pick my
Wow.
one.
Easy. You go ahead, baby. Let them know. Let them. I'm
For
behind you.
example, actually, this one I can defend. At least if these people come for me, at least it's my own people that are coming for me, I can defend. For example, if it's Nigerian cancel culture, for example, Nigerian cancel culture is brutal, but at the same time, it's almost classist.
Mm.
So,
What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about the Damilola Hilda cancel culture thing?
well, that one should have never been a conversation in the first place. Because
Okay.
it wasn't even a matter of that. I don't even know if that was necessarily a classist thing. It was more of a exposure and educated thing.
Mm-hmm.
And people will support what they think
It's
true.
tush.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Hilda did what she was supposed to do. There was an actual process. She's been in this process for years.
Mhm.
That just came out because she was inspired. And
Yeah.
there was no, I think for me, once you deceive me, if you lie about something, forget it. I don't do deceiving. Don't deceive me. Am I a baby? But anyways, that's besides the point. So what I was saying with the I'm using Nigeria cancel culture as an example, right? Like
Okay.
Nigerian Twitter, right? So I don't watch Big Brother,
Which is a wild
but-
place for anyone who
which
does.
is, bro. I'm sorry for you people that really do engage in such activities because I only log on to Instagram and I'm just there to catch vibes and trips. That was it. Nothing else. Nothing else. But it's interesting to see with Big Brother Nigeria, right? There's this girl named Ilebai. I think that's how they pronounce it. Right. That name is tough.
Wow.
And then there's this guy, what's his name? Oh, I forgot. But he's a child of, I think, a poet or somebody in Nigeria, somebody that has actual name in Nigeria. I totally forgot his entire name right now. He made a very, very disgusting statement, right?
Okay.
About, I don't even know if I want to repeat it just because it was very, very disgusting. He made a
Okay.
statement, a very inappropriate statement about what his son would do to other people's daughters, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
And we had other men there that were like, they get it. And I mean, people were upset, but it wasn't a thing where like, oh, it's cancelled. Excuse me. Like
Mhm.
obviously, like different influencers and celebrities are speaking up and saying, oh, you should be cancelled, should be taken off the show. But again, nothing has been done to get him off the show. Nothing really. Like I feel like the next example I'm about to cite, the Lebaye girl. She's in
Mhm.
love with this guy named Neo. Again, people I don't know. But on the and she's beating
Then what do you do?
she's almost like, I'm not kidding, like she's fighting every girl that hugs,
Oh
smiles
wow.
at him, like she's causing a whole drama, right? But the issue is, come and see the way women are saying she needs to be cancelled, she needs to be this, she needs to be that. And I'm not saying that what she's doing is okay. It's not okay because he did not marry you, so I don't understand. But what I'm saying is, with the cancel culture thing, at this point, I believe she's genuinely cancelled. Like they've cancelled her. Like people are supporting her, but but this cancel thing is also like is a support thing. People will still cancel you and people will still support you. So it's
Yeah.
never and some people use cancel culture for vibes. Like for example, UK influencers, they have it down, like they have it. Like they intentionally say nonsense just to get cancelled because once they
Yeah.
get cancelled, they grow their following.
Yeah.
But I do believe that like this whole cancel culture thing is create a society where I feel like is not comfortable for anyone to be anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's sad. Like I can't even say things out of joke anymore. It's like, well, what's going on? Relax, relax, breathe.
I guess if there's no actual standard for being
Yeah,
cancelled, then it's going to go haywire, which is what
yeah,
we are saying right now.
yeah,
It
pretty
is gone
much.
haywire. People can do and undo. Um, for me, I feel like it's even women that get the raw end of the stick with cancel culture. When a woman gets cancelled, other women typically say, yeah, she deserves it, whatever. I
Oh,
don't like her.
that's
They'll be
exactly what I was
but
just
when
saying.
but when men get cancelled, there's always the side of the men folk that will say, yes, let him keep going. Or there's always another side that say, I don't support him. Like it's almost like men can still win somehow.
I think with men though, I think
Like with Will Smith, right? There are some
mhm.
guys that are like,
Hi, Auntie.
hi, Joy. There's some guys that are like, yeah, I would fight and protect my woman regardless. I would do what he did. But there are some men that are like, no, it's not that serious. But
Hmm.
women, if it was a woman that did something bad, I feel like most women would just jump on the bandwagon and say,
Well,
I
I
don't know.
think so. The difference is if people cancel me on this, it's fine.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, just cancel. I already believe I'm the cancelled, so it's
I
fine.
am the cancelled.
Women are emotional beings. Like there's no if, but, and or in between about it. And our first default is to react emotionally before we react logically.
Yep.
So it's not a so automatically, if I see something, I'm jumping before I even read it. I'm already like, no, 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 no. No, she did it. It doesn't matter, right? But on the other end, more men are more logical, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say majority of men, but a lot of men are logical. And there's the other side of them. They're also the ones that are logical, but they're also in touch with their emotions more.
Yeah.
So I think that's what causes the divide with men. Meanwhile, with women, our first automatic reaction is process this with my emotions before I process this logically. So I think that's what it is. And either way, even outside of that, women
Yeah.
are naturally competitive with each other because that's how I believe society has pit us against. They found a really good structure of making us be pitted against each other, right? So automatically, like if a woman does something, even like before a woman is cancelled by a man, it's very rare. It's women that cancel women. Like I've
Exactly.
never
That's what I'm
seen
trying
a
to say.
situation where it's like a man that is leading the charge. Oh, let's
Yep.
cancel.
Cancel. Yep.
No, but
That's
yeah,
what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like women are so quick to
yeah,
cancel women. Like, you don't even stand a chance if
yeah.
you're a woman getting
I think
canceled.
women are so quick to cancel. Period. No, not just women.
That's not true though.
Women are women
They
like
are not as quick to cancel a man.
women are women like
Yes, women are not as quick
They
to
are not as
cancel
quick to cancel
men.
men. Like
they're not as quick to
no,
cancel.
Like,
like
we
they
can't all
spend their
agree.
beautiful time trying to justify, find the if,
Yeah.
but for example, again, I'm using Nigeria because if Nigerians come for me, I can defend myself. Could you better? If Sister Joy said men and women, we are both emotionally crazy. That's to an
She
extent.
has a point. I'm not
That's
gonna
not
lie.
That's
true.
true to an extent.
That's not
But I
true.
do feel like, for example, when the lady that died when she burned in Nigeria, I don't know if you heard that story. Her
Yeah.
husband
Yeah.
Yes,
was
yes, yes. I did hear that story. Very sad.
no, they didn't. It was not even him. They were coming after.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's her
Yeah.
that they were coming after.
Yeah, that's true. That's sad.
So, like to me, automatic. And again, I'm talking specifically for Nigerian women because that's the culture I'm the most experienced in.
Mm, mm,
I believe that even in our culture, culturally, it makes it a lot harder for us to support each other. Like we're thought to like bash each other before we support each other
mm,
because the woman must be the one at fault.
mm, mm,
Why will a man be at fault type
mm.
thing? So yeah.
Okay. Guys, let us know what you think. Do you think women are like quicker to cancel than men are quick to
It's not
cancel?
very logical care.
I know the logical. Okay, I understand what she's saying. But just being honest.
I just let your wife smile when
No,
I
Jam Jam is not like that.
you
No,
go
no.
color. You
No,
go
no, no.
color is crazy.
Plus, I feel like there's only a couple. So the reason why I agree that generally men are more logical and generally women are more emotional is that like the only thing, the smile is not coming from an emotional place. It's very interesting to like explain. It's coming from a logical place because why are you normal? Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling at my wife? Like what's going on? So it's not really emotional. So you get it's more from a logic. But if this logic is doing this thing, I would never be like that because I trust her. But I think for those men, it's not about the men, it's about her. That like, what did you do that is making this one to smile at you? So say you see the logic, say the logic is going this way. So that's how I say. Miss Biodin is looking for that explanation. Yeah, you're looking for the
She's trying
explanation,
to
trying to
compute.
compute it. It's fine. It's okay.
We can't hear you.
I think you muted.
Sorry, guys. I was actually looking for a video I wanted to share. So, today one of the topics we're supposed to talk about is this passport bros, passport sisters, Wahala. So, for anyone
Hey,
who doesn't really understand what passport bros are, right?
so Joy said, I
So
beg.
now, and I think I explained last week when Cynthia was on. So last week, I was explaining the issue of what's going on right now, passport bros. So for us who are immigrants, it's nothing new.
That's what I
Not a
thought
big deal.
too.
This is
That's
the
what I
norm.
thought.
Regular, schmegular.
It's
Especially like
regular.
immigrant
It's
men.
regular.
That's
Have
what I
wife at
Regular.
thought.
home, have children at home, and
Yes.
get here. We
Mhm.
move.
It's nothing
A new
wild,
passport
right?
stamp, new family.
Can I just, when
She
you showed
said,
me a video last night, she's
"Rip
like,
me out the plastic."
what?
That's literally what. Well, you knows what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
brand new family, but let me go back to what I was saying. Passport bros, for those who don't understand, are a couple African American men. Let's use that term for them now because they're the ones who are using it. They're African American men, or actually women are the ones who started calling them passport bros, and then the men eagerly took on the term. It has become like a movement now. So it's African American men going to other countries that have more traditional values and marrying from there. finding a woman that they think will be a good wife for them, who kind of shows them in the tiny period of time that they're there, that they're traditional, they will submit, they will do all of that. And they will say, oh, this woman has the kind of traditional values I feel I want in my home. And then they start making arrangements to marry her and bring her over to the States. That's passport bros. So recently, the African American women they decided they were going to make their own movement. And I think they're calling it passport sisters or something like that.
Love it.
And
Love
so
it.
now they are also traveling abroad looking for her. Anyway, it's a whole mess. So let's talk about pros and cons. So now, Joy, I think Joy now understands because she's laughing.
Sorry for the amen.
Because for me,
Wow,
for me, the first day I heard, I said, y'all gonna be scammed so bad.
okay.
But I'm like,
I
okay,
don't
no
think so.
problem.
Let these people enjoy themselves.
No, wait now. So
What
let's
country
talk.
are they going?
No, they're okay. No. They're going to Jamaica. They're going to some of the countries, like some of the Caribbean places. They're going to Asia. They're going to Cambodia. They're going to Vietnam. They're going to those places. They're going to Africa as well. The passport sisters are going more to Africa. Right. So recently we've been hearing stories about some of them coming back.
We want to get them that strong black man.
Some of them, some of them coming back with like weird diseases. Some of them coming back with all kinds of things. But anyway, let's talk pros.
I don't understand.
Not the diseases.
You
For
last
me, I'm like, there's no disease that you get from there that you won't get here. So I don't understand what
the
this
disease is the
Diseases.
But anyway, so pros and cons. Let's talk pros and cons. If you're watching, what do you think would be like? What do you think? How do you think it would work? African American men, African American women saying, we don't fit each other anymore. Let's go to some other country to get a partner and come back. I think personally, for me, it makes me sad. I'm all for interracial or interethnic or intercultural marriages. I'm all for that. But I feel like it's kind of weird to cancel out a whole group of people and just say, especially when they are your own, and just say, no, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'll go somewhere else to another country. And in how much time would you spend with that person to know if that person is real? Because we have Nigerians who marry Nigerians, and the women or the men come here and completely change like magic and start to show you pepper like Atarodo, and eventually divorce.
We know a few of them.
Yeah. So it's over to you guys now. The
passport
That's true.
They have. If you ask me, I think Yahoo. I think they inspired the Yahoo.
Yeah, that's all got it started for sure.
Yeah. So Joy, yes, you're completely right. But yeah, over to you, Jem and Oyin.
I think for me, I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
Yes,
Which one do I've had this conversation? But I'm gonna have it again.
Come on now.
Because I think this whole thing is coming from the same place where Black athletes get into money and marry non-Black women.
Did you say Black Nigerian men do that too?
They're Black.
Nigerian footballers do that too.
They're Black now.
I just don't want anyone watching to
No.
Black means
I want you to know, men, all of them. They have this color that people refer to as black. All of them, they're all in the same category.
Once money comes like this.
Once money comes, and I don't think it's just money. I think it's education, exposure, a slight change in, I feel like I've arrived. Honestly, I feel like once they start feeling I've arrived, and you know what's funny? I know so many guys like this. I went to school with so many guys like this, and it bothers me. One of the reasons why it bothers me, part of when we had the conversation is, I feel like with a lot of these guys, it's actually not just what they see outside, is what they hear at home, especially within our African culture.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would they hear that would
make like sense? You grow up like let me paint a picture for you.
Okay.
Your parents are immigrants. They came here. They became doctors. They raised you well. You grew up in the suburb of the suburb. You're only exposed to what? You're only exposed to non-black women for the most part. You go to college. You date a black girl. You feel like it's different from what you're used to, but it's also not what you feel like you can take home to mom because like it doesn't actually fit the esteem or the prestige of the family. So what will fit that prestige of the family? I'm gonna
Wow.
find me somebody that is exotic.
Hmm.
And exotic doesn't honest at this point I'm realizing that exotic is no longer even just about like, oh, you're from the islands. Like exotic is as long as you
You're
are
not
not
like,
what I am, you're exotic.
wow. That's
And I
crazy.
think for me, like at the back, I'm not kidding, like a lots of Nigerian boys that will come from Nigeria as international students. I've heard them say so many times. Me, I was not their spec, sha, either way. But they would come and they would say, they would say, the first thing they would say is, I want to experiment.
Wow.
Already to me, when I hear I want to experiment, you already assume that all of us that are from the same place you're from, or all of us that are the same color as you, we all have the same shared experience. We all
Yeah.
have the same shared view. So that
Yeah.
automatically means
So
that,
cancels you out
yes,
as
that
a
automatically
viable
means that we
specimen.
can give you exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And at the back of their mind, from that, oh, I want to experiment. That's when they find themselves, oh, I like this. This works for me. This is not loud. I've had so many guys come from Nigeria, like they're internationals, and tell me, oh, you are shouting in my face. Yeah, so many of them that come from Nigeria, like like they come from Nigeria. It's, oh, you're shouting. Why do you have to be so loud? Yeah, and I'm talking about like 18-year-olds, 20-year-old young men. So like it's not just like black men that do these things. I feel like it's so prominent in a lot of black culture, a lot of African culture, because, and I think a lot of it also comes from like, I was having this conversation with one of my friends here. A lot of it also comes, I feel like it's all comes from like like it comes down from like colonialism and the way we've been taught to view
View Caucasian.
non-black people
Yes. Or even Caucasians. Like
or
if we're talking about
Caucasians.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, with Nigerians, you know what I was noticing? A lot of, even like down to some of our big pastors, they're not married to black women, and I mean like some of the biggest pastors in Nigeria, they're not married to black women. They're married to either a mixed white woman or a mixed Lebanon woman or just a white woman. Yeah. So like again, a lot is small because it's not that many big pastors, but like there I can think of three, right? And again, there's preference. I'm one of those people that truly believe there's preference. You like what you like. But I do believe that there is a culture that is truly encouraging this behavior. And that's the perspective I'm always gonna look at it from. That's everyone thinks for names. Oh, that's the perspective I'm always gonna look at it from. Like it just feels like as long as it's not what I'm used to, is not gonna challenge me as much. That's that thing that they like to say. You're so hard to deal with.
Edo,
Wow.
you know how
It's
to
your
do
mommy
it.
that is hard to deal
Are you
with.
know? Are
I
you?
say in my full chest,
Are you
it's
know
your
how
mommy
to
that is
deal
hard to
with?
deal
Are you
with.
know how to deal with?
Because me and your mommy, is it not from the same state we are from?
But mommy too is hard to deal with. So
Is
how
it
do
not
you?
from the same? Okay, I'm hard to deal with. What? Me being hard to deal with, how is that different from?
You know what? You actually you know you know, you actually inspired a thought in me. Is it possible? Knowing fully well, hey Mayowa, thank you so much for joining tonight. That's my sis.
Hello.
Definitely, I believe when it comes to our people, there's a stigma when it comes to black women. Yes. And do you think it's possible that when black men look at black women, they just see their moms? Because if you think about how most black women even raise their children
Mm,
and the amount of discipline and,
mm,
if possible, aggression
mm.
that is because the era of gentle parenting just started. That was never a
That
thing.
one just started. That it has not
Maybe,
reached us yet,
maybe
but
it's only Obama that is still
it's gonna reach them. It has
yeah.
not reached me, sha, but
So is it possible that when black men see black women and maybe without you opening your mouth, you're sexy, but the moment you open your mouth to say, "Why do you leave your clothes on the floor?" Is it possible that that becomes you're their mom, and they do, and they cannot balance you being sexy and you being like their mom? You know, is
I have,
that
I
possible?
have a
Jam John,
rebuttal
what do you think?
question before they will answer this question because we answer this question as the black man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I am.
the rebuttal, my rebuttal question, but they love their mommy to death. They can my mommy this, my mommy that.
Yeah, but it's a different. Do you know how many moms? Do you know how many moms? Ask guys. Do you know how many moms are when they're growing up, their moms are subtly telling them, "You better not marry any woman that is going to make me look crazy. You better make sure you don't marry any woman that doesn't know." Do you know how many? Because
Interesting.
I hear moms, I hear fellow moms talk like that to their kids,
Really?
and I'm realizing that it starts this young. You
Yeah.
start to because in that way you're literally telling them already what to bring.
Mm. Automatically.
So that's kind of like just my thought on that.
Automatically.
Yeah. It's
Right.
a
I don't think
trouble.
so. So okay, my own plane of thought is completely different from this.
Okay, let's go.
So piggyback off of the first thing that you said, I don't think meant to, at least from what I've seen, men like this, they have, I mean, obviously like they, the the black experience or the diaspora experience or even the African American experience, whatever you want to call it, is especially for men and their relationship with their mother is generally not similar, but in essence, what I'm trying to say is that for the men that I've seen do this, as in go outside of their culture in a sense, and to get someone, they are not they're not the they don't have that kind of relationship with their mother. Like it's not like a tumultuous relationship. Hello, how are you? Is this showing his hands? How you doing? What does he want? None of them say hi.
Mom's job does not stop.
Mom's job does not stop. Shout out to all the moms, bro. Shout out to all the moms.
Thank you guys. I'm so sorry. You
Right.
wanted to ask me for something.
They
Okay.
always ask for something.
I can't even say what it is.
I love him so
Okay.
much. Yeah. So as I was saying, I don't think like it necessarily stems from this thing. I will say this though. This is the reason why I say I don't think it stems from the mother saying, "Oh, don't do this, don't do that," because
Yeah.
I wanted to do the opposite. Like I kind of got the same speech, but I
You didn't
didn't
take it to heart. Yeah.
I didn't care. I actually wanted to do the opposite, right? I
Mhm.
think that to play devil's advocate plus, that's how I kind of feel in my heart too, is
Yeah.
that I think it's an experience that like you said, I don't think they understand. And I don't think this is just this I think it's all men. Because again, logical thinking, right? If you see the same pattern like a couple of times, your instinct is to like, well, if you're not toxic, your instinct is to get away from this and go find something somewhere else, right? So I think where it comes from is just the thing of that, like a lot of men don't understand. I didn't understand that, like not every African American woman or diaspora woman have the same shared experience. Like my thought is like, oh, okay, everybody has the same experience. I've tried this in the past. It's probably not gonna work. I think I need to try somebody. Plus, I'm already in the America. I might as well try out like other options. That's honestly like where my thought came from. But when I
Went
met
to.
my wife, what?
Went to. Yeah.
Yes, that's yeah. But when I met my wife, like she was not like part of. She was exactly what I was looking for. The even though in a sense, even though like she had the same shared experience, like the way she interpreted it and the way like it crystallized in her was very
Was
very
different.
yeah, and was
Yeah.
very similar to what I want. To which like where I'm coming from, if it was wherever the color of the skin of the person, as long as that like they have that experience and they see where I'm going, then I'll go there. But if I'm with somebody and like they don't want to like compliment me or say hi
Yeah.
to me and they are doing hard gear, and it's not really, you know.
No, use your future to talk if you want to.
No, because you see people that do it now, don't be affected. Also, how can somebody look at me, look at this fine face like this, and say, "Hey, they don't like PDA. Why you don't like PDA with this face? What's going on? It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not." So, like,
I
you get what
don't
I'm
blame
saying?
you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, it's just. I think that for the men that do that, for the ones that don't do it out of spite or out of hurt or something like that, I think they're just looking for a certain experience, and they just happen to fit that. I, on the other hand, don't think like you should go out actively looking for, oh, I have to find somebody of this. And if you don't find somebody like that, then it's not. Because on the flip side, what I've seen is that we know some women that we know that they should not be with somebody that their skin is melanated. It's not good for their kadara. It's not good for their death. It's not good for their destiny. And we know in the heart that's not what I don't want to speak for God, but I don't think like that's
It won't
what.
help them. It won't help
Yes.
them. It will just
So,
not
but they're
fit.
staying on that and feeling like this. I have to do this. I have to do this. This is the person I have
Yeah.
to be with.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what.
completely, I love that. I love that you mentioned that. And this is a topic we're definitely going to talk about some other week, because what you said is very, very valid.
Yeah.
I've met women that are, African, and they're with African men. And I'm like,
Yeah.
just their outlook to life,
Very
the
different.
way they react to stuff,
Mm.
how open they are. When family gatherings happen and everything might not help them. Like, you
Yeah.
just know that stuff is going to happen,
Yeah.
and it might end up making them bitter and angry
Right.
and just unhappy. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. So
I have a question though,
Mm.
which we can talk about again on that time, but just a thoughtful question to leave you with. Do you think that Black women, diaspora women, all the melanated women, do you think that we've carried this, or I must be married to somebody in my ethnic group on our head to prove a point? And on the other end, men have decided I'm gonna marry who I fall in love with because it's freeing and I'm not gonna put
yeah.
myself in bondage.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually had that conversation with someone.
Mm.
Like, she was talking about, no, she was saying how it had to be no, I was the one that brought it up, and I think I said, why are there so many Nigerian women? Like, why are all the Nigerian women marrying Nigerian men?
Mm.
I was like, so the person was like, that's weird coming from me since I'm married to a Nigerian man. And I said,
This
yeah,
is how weird.
it wasn't I never thought to myself I was going to marry a Nigerian man. Like, I met someone
You
who
were
was
just looking for
I
an
was gonna
experience, and
marry
then
a
you fit that, yeah. And then you fit that.
exactly. So, but this person is like,
That's
this person is like, it has to be Nigerian. It has to be. And I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, because, I want the whole ceremony, the wedding, the engagement. I'm like, you can be,
or you can
you
have
can,
that with a
yes,
non-melanated
you can have that, because in our culture, it's the woman's culture that dictates the
right.
wedding.
Yeah.
So, but she just went like, no, it has to be a night. And I'm like, what if you don't get what you're looking for?
Exactly. Yeah.
What if
In
that's not who God has called for you?
me, I didn't even go to the spiritual aspect, because I knew
The
that it
spiritual
would be a whole
No,
thing.
it's spiritual.
I didn't even go there, because that wasn't what she was about. So it
Right.
was just, what if you don't find that person you want looking like you? What if you have to go somewhere else? And she's like, nope, it has to be. So I'm like, okay.
God will send that has to be.
And I really hope that is what happens. I really hope that she's able to find someone that can, you know, make sense to her. But anyway, so we have two more things we're going to touch on.
It's embedded in us from 3 years old. That's
That
true.
is true too.
I feel like it's good I feel like it's good. We're going to touch on just two topics, and then we'll go out. But before we
Timekeeper.
go, yes, you're talking about. But before we go there, I want to show this tiny video. Okay, so that was my husband's new book. It's called I Speak Agile, Yes, it is for new Scrum Masters, expert Scrum Masters, and people whose organizations are transforming from waterfall to agile. So if that is you, if you happen to be any
We have
of
lots
these
of them.
people,
I've lost it.
Go,
Come on
people.
now. Look
Go.
at this love.
if you
Hey,
happen to be
my
any
God.
of these
Oh my God, this
people,
is so sweet. Babe, ain't there something doing like business and like entrepreneurship and like career thing as couple is the most romantic thing ever that anybody can. Look at
Relax.
this nice. This is the
Relax.
kind of thing that gets me excited.
Relax. Breathe.
So sweet.
I can't with you.
Yeah, but buy our book, oh, buy
I
our
can't
book.
with you
Buy our
guys. I really can't. But anyway, seriously speaking, I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. So you can go get it. Let me see. Yes, I will drop the link in the chat. So anyway, our next topic, we're going to talk about another thought. It was over the weekend. I was just thinking there are some thoughts that really show up on social, and there's so many comments, right? And I'm like, okay, is this are these thoughts valid? Does it make sense to everybody, or does it just make sense to just a few? Because the way social media works, you can see something and think everybody agrees,
Yeah.
only for you to find out that no, it's just
Nobody
that
agrees,
person's
you know?
followers that agree. So um, here it is. I wanted to share, and then you guys tell me what you think. It says, if you want to feed the homeless, then feed the homeless. But the moment you post it on social, you're also feeding your ego. Thoughts?
No, it's not true.
I don't agree with Tisha.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Because like they
And like at least 4,000 people were like, it's true. So this is what I'm saying. Like, there are some things that people would think is the norm, but there are certain people that, like, if you guys had a handle called the Ota Days on Instagram, for instance,
Yeah,
most likely people following you would be people of your mindset,
yeah.
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
if you like something, all those people would like it, but it means that anybody who stumbles on it would think that it was
Oh,
the
destiny. Yeah,
gospel,
right, right.
you know. So, but what are your thoughts on the issue? Do you think once you post yourself helping someone on social, does it mean that
We
you
want to
are
talk about them.
proud? Am I missing some comments?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
just
for
people have
sure.
too much time on their hands to even talk about
It's
this.
the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth. That is the truth. I mean, actually, I kind of, I think it's something that I always go back and forth on. I think it just goes back to the Bible for me, and it's just say, just test the fruit. Like,
Mm.
what is the fruit of this person? I think Maya says, my be just encouraging others to do the
Right.
And
same.
I agree with
There's
it.
so many,
Yeah, that is what
I
that
agree
is
with
what I default to most times. But there are some times that it does come up in my mind that, like, to what end? Like, why are
Mhm.
you?
what's the motive?
What's the motive behind it, right? And The Rock, Dwayne Johnson gave this guy
Oh
that
yeah.
yeah, he's a UFC fighter. I don't know if anybody heard about it. He's a UFC fighter. He came from, is it Zambia? Oh, Lord.
I think it's, I don't remember
One of the
honestly.
African countries, yeah. And then he fought and then he won like a couple of thousands. But then he gave all the money to like just give send all the money back home. And I think so. This is the first part. He was public about it, and because he was public about it, Dwayne saw it, and then first of all, that money is probably not the only money is getting in a sense. He's probably getting
Right.
deals now. He's agents as things. Is following
Yeah.
as on and other things like that, but he gave that money and then he probably publicized it and then Dwayne heard about it. And then because Dwayne heard about it, yeah, he gave him a whole house. And then before he gave him a house, just him coming to like say hi to him at the gym during an interview, like the guy was so emotional. But so my mind, I'm thinking like, why would he post this that he gave him a house? But then going back to his fruits, this is not the first time that
This is his regular
this is
life.
his regular thing. He's walked into stores before
Paid
and paid for everybody's thing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. This is his way of giving back to the community. And like they said on in the chat, when you see this, like faith comes by hearing and hearing, right?
Mm.
When you see this
Yeah.
thing, it makes you like ginger to want to do good works too. And even as like a creative in church and like capturing like outreach and things like that, like people honestly have asked before that yeah, not always, right? Not definitely not always, but that's why I think that like the caveat is test the fruits. What are
Yeah.
of these people, and are they really selling a product? I feel like for the most part you can tell if somebody is trying to sell a product. If
I was
somebody's
just
just,
about to say that.
yeah, if somebody's just trying to sell themselves
You
or
can
sell
tell.
this thing, I think for the most part you can tell, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's
You
what I
can
think it
tell,
is.
like, for some people, like, they have, like, um, organizations, they have, they have, like, non-profits
Right,
that they do a yearly, or we go into the neighborhood, a yearly, we
right,
go to
right.
a, orphanage home. They do, like, those are things they do, and they record it
True.
to have, like, just a visual representation of what happened. Like,
Mm.
even
Yeah. That's
you
their life. Like, what else would they be posting?
yeah,
Like,
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
you know,
and
someone like that.
honestly,
Shout out to PEP. That's all he does.
Mm.
Soup
yeah,
kitchen here, bag giveaway here,
yeah.
one thing, one thing.
There
What
are
else
people
would he
that
want to
that's
do?
truly what they do, and like, also, I feel like people also forget that sometimes they post these things because it encourages people to even give to their
So they're
cause.
And
like the cause that they are going
Yeah.
after.
So,
True,
for example,
true.
TAF is one of my favorite causes. Um,
what's TF?
it's called Tamilore Arela Foundation. Is my
Um,
best friend's sister's foundation. Is in honor of her life, and
oh,
they do, like, they don't just do, like, they go into the community in January, go to a community, they give food, they give gifts and stuff.
okay.
Over time, like, they do three different, like, what's called trainings. Last year they did a business training, they did a like a fashion design training, they did a social media training, which were all free, right? And
Yeah.
after that, they pick a person, they give them a lot of money, invest into their business, and that's what they use. So, like,
Okay.
for example, they're recording those things because they need more people to donate money.
True,
Like,
true.
it's not just always about play. Oh, I'm trying to show off. Again, like Deolu said, you would know when somebody is showing off. Like, I feel like just from the intro song, I'm not kidding. Like, there are certain people that have
Hey yo,
seen.
today we're gonna be giving out money to homeless people. You know, these people are just, suffering
Those
in
are the ones that
poverty
piss me
and
off.
this thing.
The ones that, like, wake up randomly, especially influencers. There are certain influencers that do that, and it pisses me off. And they follow them around with a camera.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're doing something where it's with a group of people, and I can get where the annoyance and the anger and, oh, it's fake thing comes from, right? If you're following a random homeless person, you want to help a homeless person, help a homeless person. I know this guy on Instagram that I've known him for a couple years. Every year on his birthday, he asks people to donate money. He loves to cook, like, really, really, like, professional
Mm,
level
mm.
type chefing it up, and, like, he asks people to send money, we donate money, and he goes to donate the food. Like, he just picks a random city, goes and donate food to homeless people. He tries as much as possible not to record those people, but that's also the evidence of,
Mm-hmm.
a, this is what I used your money for, and
Right.
he
Yeah.
records the process of making the food and stuff. But you can tell the difference between somebody like that and someone that just walks up to random, or they drop like $1. They not expect where the homeless person take the $1 and they give it back. Hey,
Oh
hey,
yeah, I do
here's
see
your.
those videos. Those ones are hilarious.
Those
Those
annoy
ones I
me.
don't know about. Those ones are like,
Like, why would you
yeah.
intentionally drop somebody that you know already needs help? You're either gonna give or you're not gonna give. Or the
Yeah.
ones inside Walmart where they're like, "Hey, do you have $1 to give me?
Yeah. And then they now say, oh, because he gave me this money, I give him back.
I'm
I'll
gonna
give you
give
an iPhone.
you
With
$1,000.
emotional music behind it, this stuff. Wow.
Give if you're gonna give. And I think it's this topic is so big for me because, like, I'm such a, like, I'm a
Yeah,
giver
it's a whole
with
topic.
givers. So, like, in my head, I'm like, but I'm also on this, like, I'm a quiet giver. I can buy a whole house for somebody and nobody will hear. That's just the kind of person I am. Like, I don't really, but also it's not really my ministry of calling. I'm doing it out of necessity, out of calling, and out of, like, "Wait, I have this, I can give it to
Right,
you," right?
right.
So, like, we also
Yeah.
have to give people grace, like, they're different personalities. Some people,
Yeah.
they enjoy recording these things, they enjoy posting, and some people don't. So, and it's not your money. Why are you upset?
Why are you
I know,
Why
right?
are you-
So
it's not your money.
so I know we said we're going to do two more, but I'll keep it to this. I'll make this the last one. I completely agree with you guys. There are sometimes where showing it is justified, and there are
Yeah.
times where it doesn't make sense. Like you're showing the like, I see videos where it's like that person wouldn't have wanted to be
In the
In the
video,
video, true.
yeah.
step all over, and you didn't ask them if it was okay, and just pasted it. But now the person can't say anything because you gave them something.
True.
Yeah.
So
True.
in their hearts, they're now uncomfortable, but
Mm.
they're afraid to tell you that they're uncomfortable because
You-
So in that situation, makes me uncomfortable. Then if it's more of a God told me to give, but did He tell you to show it? If it
Mm.
God told me to give is what you said.
Then just give him
The
quiet.
way He works,
Yeah.
He gives instructions. So did
True.
Yeah.
He tell you to share it to everyone
Right.
with picture, with video?
Right.
Or did it's one thing to give a testimony in church, it's one thing to
Yeah.
go with video. And then recently there was this influencer lady, I remember, I can never forget, I wish I had that video ready. She went to this woman or this person at a store, and she was like, can I pay for your groceries? And the person said no. She was like, no, I really want to pay for your groceries. I'm not a bad person. And the person said no, and this lady started crying. Nobody wants to take. I'm like, are you going to be forcing people now to take your help?
Take my money.
In that case, she's trying to write off her taxes.
Me, I didn't even think about that. My own was just, hasn't it
I'm
occurred
just
to you
joking.
that hasn't it occurred to you that some people, especially older people, they are not
Yeah.
comfortable with cameras in their faces while you are helping them. They it doesn't make sense to them. It's
So
like
that's
it's like you're channel something. You're like a newscaster trying to
yeah.
cast their issue. They're just trying to survive, and then you're trying to show everything. But anyway,
Do you think
before
it goes
we
back to sorry before we do you think it
yeah.
goes back to the conversation we're having in the beginning about influencing? Do you think it goes back to like this whole influencer
Yeah,
generation and like
yeah. You know what? Oyin, you're very right. Because
yeah.
see, the pressure of this influencer life is that you're always like,
You
how
should
can I stay
feel
relevant?
West
Hey.
How can I stay relevant? How
Yeah.
can I stay relevant? And you're like, oh, so and so, you made that video, it went viral, 4 billion views. Okay, if I do it, maybe. And that becomes like the pressure. But
Pressure.
but the thing is, if you do it and it doesn't go viral, you might even start to resent the people you gave stuff.
Yeah.
I hope
Also,
you're not
do
going to
do
collect
you
it
have
back.
a house that you're living inside for you to be giving somebody $1,000? And on that note, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just going to share this quick and then we will round up. So if you're watching, let us know if you have been having fun. We're just a few minutes left. We just have a few minutes left. Let us know if you've been having fun and what's stuck in your mind from today. Let me see. I know I have this video. I know I prepared this video. Where are you?
Video up here. Come on now.
So this lady, she's been working there for 20 years and her bosses want to surprise her. And so, boom, 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 boom.
God of surprises. Hey!
Not the God of surprise.
Jehovah. Amen. Yeah, bye. God. This is really sweet.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh. Oh my gosh. Somebody in the comments said, oh wow, that's so nice. My job would have given me a pizza party. So somebody said in the comments.
No, honestly, though.
You said, but 20 years? Nah.
For 20,000, I mean, it's a bonus too. It's not like like they're gifting her anything out of the ordinary. Like it's a bonus, so they probably just added on top of a bonus.
I don't know. It looked like, yeah, it did look like it was a bonus, but 20,000 as a bonus. But I don't know where
That's a lot of money, oh.
a lot of
It
money.
looks like she's a nurse or something like that.
Yeah, like an assistant.
Look, I know nurses. I
I
don't know
think
anyone that they give.
$20,000 is a lot of money for a bonus.
No, that is true.
Someone said that's why if we want to go viral, all we need to do is eat chips. Shout out to Heritage.
Shout out.
Cash.
Shout out, Boo Thank.
I want him to tell him that I want him to start eating chicken wings, spicy chicken wings.
Spicy chicken wings.
That's what I
Let's
want him
eat
to
spicy food.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Really?
I just
like soft life.
So I don't
Oh
think
my lord. Okay. Hey, here we I know. Me too. I said it. They don't give them bonus. What bonus? What bonus?
I feel like they should.
Then she said they barely give us pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if there's any protest for you people to get bonus, I will be front line and center.
Strike.
No, but they were striking recently, They were on
They need
strike.
to go back for and add bonus to it.
You don't want to end up in the hospital at the time when the nurses are on strike. You will
I don't
suffer.
end up in the hospital.
He will be like Nigeria hospital. That's what it will be like. Justice will be using it to drink Fanta. My
Madam,
lord.
we're on break right now.
They're on break.
I love it.
Shout out to all the nurses. Shout out to all the nurses and teachers.
Shout out to yes.
We love you.
Nursing is a labor of
We
love.
could not
It's
do what
easy.
you do. I actually can never do what you do. But go forth.
Oh my god! Shout out to all the nurses. You guys are so amazing. So the last time Onyinles and Jem were here, they were not married yet. Today they are married. I'm just waiting for you guys to hit 1 year. October, that's.
Hey, then we take what pot. You gonna say my wife said she want to do what Portable did with it.
Have you seen that video of Portable and this wife? You don't know who Portable is?
I've heard.
What? Oh
I might know him if I see him, but I don't know him.
On
the guy that says Wahala.
Wahala. This is how we do.
Okay,
What's
I know who he is.
Yeah, he and his wife. Because he's
Why are you doing like this?
Because they like he married her, I believe. We don't know. He said he married her. She's the only one that we know where he married. But then he has 2 baby mamas on top of her, and they're just celebrating 1 year. And she too, she have shy. So for their 1 year anniversary today, they enter the streets as Zazu. They get
You guys are hilarious.
This is the correspondence that I've replaced this thing. Yeah, that's
this
the
my correspondence is back now.
Thank you.
They wear Ashoke, white, black.
Yes, white and
they
black.
look like they want to go and meet Oshun.
Come on now, let's go.
And she too, she wear at home. And people are like, I'm not kidding, people are around them hailing. I'm like,
so that's what we are doing for our first anniversary.
No, I know you guys are not going to do that.
I actually feel like I deserve to. In my wedding dress.
A whole year of
being a wife.
Excellently at that.
Thank you.
You are awesome, my love.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm seeing some comments.
Poor baby mamas also.
That's always striking in a new career.
Oh my God. I pray for you. New career your way.
Amen.
Where's Ghost Boy?
No, but don't mind her. She's a businesswoman as well. She's a nurse and she has a business called Crown Blends. Shout out to Crown Blends. I don't know why she's for me. You gotta drop that link in the comments.
Yes, please.
Drop that link in the comments.
Get your influencing on.
Yes.
Can I be the
halo?
Can
I be the You mean the hype woman?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
you can.
I deserve it. So that means I can do like this.
Yes, you do, my love. Yes, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The O's, let us know when you can come back. I really miss you guys. Everyone misses you guys. So she is Crown Blends, Instagram. So that will be, go check her out on Instagram. She's at Crown Blends, and her business is healthy juicing, healthy smoothies, and some other, and she drops healthy tips and just talking about how to treat diseases with food. Yes, thank God she did that. Yes, I said bring the O's back. The O's, let us know when you're coming back. We want to know. Okay. Yes, don't even let us know.
Whenever you
have our schedule
on this.
Would like to bring you guys back once a month. If you can make that happen, let us know. They said bring the O's back. They're so entertaining.
We'll come back. They're entertaining. Thank you. Who is Ghost Boy, please?
Yes. Okay. So, Ghost Boy is a ghost. That's all.
Come on now.
All right, guys. We love you so much. Thank you for joining us today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please share this link with your friends. Let them watch
Hit
the
the
replay.
notification
Hit the
button.
notification.
Yes,
I
hit
do
the
this
notification button, hit the
other
subscribe button,
people.
hit the like button. Any last words, guys?
Thank you for having us. We miss you
Oh.
all. This has been fun. Good night.
Being an husband has been trying. That's my last one.
Ah,
Thank you very
ah,
much.
ah, 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 ah. Hey!
Thank you.
Oh,
I should just pack my baggage and go.
your baggages. All right, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.